All right, what's going on, everyone? So I'm here at a job in South Carolina, and as you can see where I started, all of this was covered. This had been growing for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. A lot of saplings, a lot of thick brush and vines, but we've got it. Took about 3.5, 4 hours. This hillside is all taken down. I've got a few manual things to do because the grade is pretty steep, but now we're going to be working back here in the woods, getting rid of some more saplings. And there's a little wet weather creek that we will be getting in and out of, clearing up. So this is what can be done. Probably going to spend a couple days here. It really just depends on what the client ends up wanting. It's kind of hard for a client to know what exactly they're going to get in a full day. So I think so far we're working probably 50% faster than what they thought we would be. So that's a good thing. Which means there's more work for me, which is fine. So we're going to come in here and probably try to get, it's hard to get some of these little saplings whenever they're grown in amongst the big trees, but might have to manually cut them, then throw them in the shredder. So I'll be going through these woods. Don't know how far I'm going to go. And then there's a hillside up here. I'll be going up there. So that's what we got going on today. Machine's holding up good. About to sharpen the teeth, grab some lunch, get some water, and jump back on it. Also been working on when you had some trees downed however many years ago, 6, 7 years ago, they just piled up different piles. So those are pretty rotted. I'm going through a lot of them. But this is what we're starting to do on the little wet weather creek. This is what we're dealing with. So I don't know how far down he wants me to go. We'll find out. He may want me to jump on some of these piles as well. Not really sure. Most of it's pretty simple. That way you don't have to burn it, especially it's so dry here in South Carolina right now. Fires are not a good thing, but we're gonna be going through and opening this up so they can see what we got. And then all in there, we'll just be cherry picking all the little saplings out of there and making it look good. All right, we're at the end of the day, and this is what the creek side looked like. It started, and then we've got, I'm just slowly going on the pasture side and then getting into the woods. And tomorrow we'll be going up that hill, knocking out all those little saplings. Gotta grease the machine, fuel it up, sharpen the blades again. But this is 8 hours. This is what we've done so far. Talked to the homeowner earlier today, and it looks like he's gonna want another day or two possibly. But so what I did at the end of the day is I just went through and piled up all the stuff that's just been being thrown around. Whenever you're working in the trees here, it's a little more challenging because you don't want to bang your equipment up too much. You're gonna hit trees, it's inevitable. But this first part up here was pretty thick. You couldn't even walk through it. As I would go through, I would kind of keep the mulcher up off the ground a little bit to help reveal, because there were stumps in here, there were rocks in here. I've got several piles of rocks in different areas. But this was the main eyesore. But what that has done is exposed this other eyesore along the creek. So had to get the chainsaw out a little bit, but not much manual work. It's really up to the client how much manual work they want me to do. Welcome to do it, but really paying for the machine. So I'm trying to get as much done with the machine, and then if they want me to go back over this and kind of grind it up a little bit more, then I'm more than happy to do that. But I'm guessing that this client's probably not going to want that. He just kind of wants a lot of acreage covered as quick as possible. So several pile of rocks here that were exposed. There's a lot of little ones still in here, but I can't really get to them too well. If he wants me to get the chainsaw out, I can do that. But anyway, off to the next thing. All right, so today, this is day 2 on this job, doing the wet weather creek and hillside and getting rid of some overgrown areas. But currently, I just got my new knives and carbides from Lincoln Ground Engagement. Great guy to talk to. He really hooked me up. So what we're doing is I've got 4 carbides on the end here. And then I'm just going through, and instead of sharpening for like the 6th or 7th time, I could probably get another sharpening or 2, but just to save time, and I don't want to grind today. I'm just switching the teeth around, switching the knives around. It's a pretty simple process. I've already gone through with my impact, loosened everything. So I'll just take the bolt out, and then you just switch them around. So you can tell the difference here. This is obviously the sharpened side, and then the new side. Then we're going to go through one of the things I'm dealing with here today is there's a lot of quartz. There's some river rock down here, and it tends to sit on top of the ground a little bit more. I say river rock, it's not the small stones, it's the big boulders, but probably stuff they had in the field and they just threw it over here to this side. But this quartz that's up here, I keep uncovering it, and that's a real problem. So this is kind of this back here hasn't been touched yet. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go over. I'm going to kind of just create a line, and then he wants me to go back out there around the edge of the field, pretty that up some. But he just wanted this opened up. So I've been working on this section this morning up the hill up here. I've got a few piles ready to go back over, which ought to chop up nice and neat now that I've got these carbides and new knives, or these knives switched around. They say with the carbides on the outside, supposedly is a lot more efficient. I guess I'm gonna find out. So this hillside, I don't know if you can really tell, but it's definitely a lot clearer than what it was earlier. So about to finish swapping these knives around. I'll come back out here and pile up stuff that's like, wedged in between trees, and I can't pull it out with the tractor. Then we'll grab a bite to eat. Then we jump back on tractor, work about 4 or 5 more hours, and should be good for today. I think he wants me here one more day, so we'll come back out here and start working on the edge of this field. Place is looking good. It's so nice whenever you open things up. A lot of these saplings, there's a lot of sweet gum, an excessive amount of cedar trees, which, a lot of them are still going to be left, but at least I'm limbing them up as well, coming through and getting the majority of it with the mulcher, and then coming back with the chainsaw on the ones that look really scraggly and just cleaning it up. So, all right. Getting back at it. All right, we're on day 3 out here at this client's property. Been working on the the creek side here. So knocked out most of that yesterday, all the way down. Today we're changing gears, getting back here in the wood. There was also some hillside stuff that took care of, and those big piles of brush that were in the field. There was 3 of them. There's a 4th one, but it's got some big logs in it. I'm gonna see how soft they are today. But we're gonna spend 3 or 4 hours here in this section, get it cleared up, just going through, checking for rocks. I've already found a few, some glass bottles, things like that. It's pretty clean overall, but there are some quartz in here. That quartz will tear up a knife. real quick. But I'm sure I'm gonna uncover a few more with the machine. That's just part of it. Like, let's see here, right in here. Let me see. But this stuff gets buried in here, and so I got to get that taken care of, because that stuff will really there we go. So this stuff, yeah, it's no good. So it takes there's a lot of benefit. There's a lot of benefit to taking a few minutes to walk through the woods. Just see your area. You know, these teeth, these knives, they're about 40 bucks a piece just for the regular steel knives. But I've also got some carbides on here. So here's another one. This stuff, no bueno. The carbides are about 80 bucks a piece. I get them from Lincoln Ground Engagement, and but like, you know, this stuff, this is pretty. This thing won't go down. But like, that's a big rock. So I'm gonna put the camera down and continue on through here. So after we get this hillside worked on for 3 or 4 hours, then we'll go down to the other side of the field, work on that creek. He wants to be able to see from his front porch all the way down through his fields. He's got a beautiful property out here. Some real pretty properties here in this area. So I'm gonna make it even prettier. All right, just took a quick break. Fueled up, greased up. So up in the woods here is where we're working on all morning. So the client wanted me to take care of the woods here. Let me flip this around. So opened this up quite a bit. It took about 4 hours. Cleaning all this up. It was pretty thick. Now we are going over to this section of the property. He wants to be able to see from his front porch all of his fields. So I had another high branch that was blocking some of the view. Wasn't able to get all of it. It was a little over 10 feet up, and it was on a hill, so it was a little sketchy, but got these wood piles knocked out, so they're not a big eyesore anymore. Got one more wood pile over here, but I'm gonna tap into it to see, but I think it's a little too big. I'll see where I'm at the end of the day. Maybe I'll work on it a little bit. But this is gonna all go away, except for these big trees, of course. And then the view will be opened up. That's gonna look really good. So that's what I'm on to right now. Weather's perfect. It is supposed to rain tomorrow, I think. Maybe I heard late tonight, but we need some rain. But I don't want it raining while I'm working. That's no fun. But looking forward to getting that done. That's there's a little cutoff over there that he drives through. Kind of be the cutoff, or the point where I stop. And then probably be coming back next month to work on a lot of this other stuff. He's got quite a bit here, but open it up and it'll last several years. So, all right, to jump back on that little piece of equipment. And, you know, I'm really impressed with this unit. These teeth, these knives are holding up real good. They got a little bit of dullness to them, but not too bad. You know, just the sharp edge is gone, but that's to be expected. All right, so that's a wrap here on this job, 3 days. Got everything that the client wanted done, to include this last little section so he could see across his fields from his front porch. Got rid of the big wood pile. It was a little questionable, but I think there was one log in there that was just too much, so I just kind of pushed it down to where it's out of sight for right now. I'm gonna be coming back next month with my dump trailer, grapple, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe do some other things, but this was a good one. Machine held up well. The new teeth and carbides held up well. I did grind on a rock over here, which I have not checked it was on the carbides though, so we'll see what happens here. I don't know. Hopefully it's not too bad. Wow, these carbides, can't even tell. And I put a big, of course it's a soft rock, but still, if it had been regular knives, it would have chewed it up. That would have been not cool. Super impressed with these carbides. I don't think that they shred or chip as much. I think they just kind of like pulverize. So I don't know. I might ask around and see what other guys are doing. See this rock that I hit. I didn't hit it terribly hard, but I don't know, this gimbal's all silly. But anyway, yep, hit it pretty decent. That's all right. Didn't seem to hurt anything. Just got to not hit it with knives. But there's a whole little rock bed in here that I had to manually come in here and cut some of these little cedars out that are growing so close to the trees. Limbed up the trees real good. Turned out pretty good. So that's a wrap. That's what we do here. Brushcat Land Works. Making your land beautiful. All the way down. All right, now to load up and on to, just got a call for an estimate. Guy's got about an acre that he wants done. So we shall see.